Chris Rock on live TV.
Will Smith got out of his chair and walked up, crossed the entire damn stage,
And smacked the hell out of him.
I
wasn't watching it.
Me
I
neither.
saw it on Twitter. I was like, what? And I thought it was maybe it was a bit until I seen him sitting in the crowd. It's like, oh, yeah, that looks like Johnny Hampton. He's serious.
Yeah. It
I
was.
laughed all night.
Joe and I went to bed early last night. He had to get an early start on today. And at one point I woke up to go to the bathroom. I laid there for a little while at like 2 a.m, couldn't sleep. So I picked up my phone and started scrolling.
You saw it?
And I saw it and I had to tiptoe out here so I could watch it with the sound.
It was loud when he smacked him.
It was loud when he yelled at him.
I know, man.
So I think a lot of things can be true. All at the same time.
Yeah.
I think that, probably we shouldn't resort to violence. I think that Chris Rock also kind of wasn't funny. And it was...
No, I mean, I think I think it would have been funny if not for the fact that she has a medical condition. Like, I think comedians make fun of everything, right? Like, so, I mean, on the surface, the joke is not that bad. But when you take into account who knows what she's dealing with, like my wife thinks she may even have something further. So you don't know what they're dealing with at home.
Right.
Like, how she reacted to her hair loss. Was she in a depression? Even if it's just simple alopecia like she says. But man, he smacked. That's all I can. And the thing is, like, hey man, salute to Chris Rock and for keeping his composure. Because Lord,
keeping the train on the track.
Because Lord knows, if I get smacked with an open hand, that whole show's over.
Right.
Did they cut into commercial? I'm in jail. Like I told our group, I would hope y'all can pull y'all money together
and get you out
and get me out because I'm you're not gonna smack me and just walk away with
that. Next sound would have been slap, slap, slap our feet against the floor, like
he just
running back after him.
Walked away with his back turned. Like
the audacity, right?
Yes.
The audacity.
Oh man.
But I can definitely see where you shouldn't resort to violence, but at the same time, I don't feel real sorry for Chris Rock.
No, I would have did the same thing.
I would love to be able to laugh at things other than, women's looks.
Like if I'm Chris Rock though, like I understand his reaction too. Like, dude, I make jokes and we know each other. So I all these things, like you said, all these things can be true. He could be like, what the hell was that?
Right.
And Will Smith could be like, well, you should know if we're cool that my wife is struggling. But to just sit there and take that smack and go, oh, wow. Like, I would have. Yeah, I can't. I don't even know.
And it felt like he had to be waiting for somebody to do something.
Right. He's like, we're just going to continue the show, huh?
Right. We're just going to keep on going. We're not going to cut to commercial. We're not gonna. You're just gonna leave me out here.
They left him. They left him chilling. He got smacked.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing was, like, he just sat there, and Will Smith just turned his back on him. So I mean, yeah. I mean, I understand where Chris Rock. There's people out here now who are saying like, oh, if it was The Rock instead of Chris Rock, Will Smith wouldn't have did that. Yeah, he would have. You just would have got beat up.
Yeah, he would have just had to smack up instead of
and
smack
he would have got
down.
his ass beat.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
Because when you lose it, you lose it. You don't care who it is.
Right.
Right. Like you don't. Like I've been in that position before, so like I've been in a position where I've felt disrespected and I just pop off. Like you don't think about the consequences at that point. Like you don't think about who it is or what could happen to you.
Right.
Or nothing like that. So. Yeah, he would have smacked The Rock, and then The Rock would have beat him up.
I would think that would be the truth.
And we would be talking about how Will Smith got beat up right before his Oscar. And then he won.
And
was crying.
And wanting to be all about love.
Nah, man. So listen.
Was that what that was? Was that a love tap?
So listen, like, if I smack a guy, I would have went up there and been like, if y'all keep fucking with me, That's what you get. Thank you for the Oscar.
Yeah.
And if I never come back here, so be it.
That's right.
But
I'm gonna take my statue and go.
He got to worry about stuff though now, because I've seen all kind of people. I'll never respect Will Smith again.
First off, you know who else was sitting in that room?
Who?
Mel fucking Gibson. Everybody's gonna forget about this in a minute.
Mel Gibson was in the room?
Yes, he was in the room.
Yeah, if Mel could come back. Yeah. Yeah, Mel don't like people like me. I ain't watched.
Intelligent, witty, good looking. Oh, you mean black.
I ain't watched a Mel Gibson movie in a while.
Right.
So I'm sure people are gonna be like that for Will Smith, you know what I mean?
I mean, for a minute.
Yeah, his next movie probably won't do as well, but he don't care. He's an Oscar winner.
He's an Oscar winner. Craziness.
Academy Award slapper and winner.
And they just went on with the rest of their night. Like the Smiths went to the Vanity Fair
Yeah, people
party.
are complaining about that too. But hey, that's what money gets you, right? Because me, I would not have been at any parties.
No, probably not.
I would have been at lockup in my tux.
Right. Well, and but Chris Rock said, I'm not going to press any charges.
Yeah, because I think they have an existing relationship, right? So I ultimately think they'll talk about this, but you can't take the smack back, man.
No, you can't take a snack back.
He smacked him with an open hand too. Those people are like, oh, it's a punch.
No.
It's worse than a punch.
Seriously, people said that about Juwan Howard too. Juwan Howard didn't punch anybody. He slapped somebody.
When you smack somebody, man, you literally have no respect for them.
Yep.
Open hand like that? Like, my God. Yeah, that made me laugh. I was up to about 11:30 watching them videos.
The memes are fantastic.
Oh man.
And they will be the gift that.
Did you see Lupita Nyong'o's reaction though? She was like, "What the hell is happening?"
Yeah. No, it's too bad. The meme with all the reactions,
it's fake,
all
right?
those faces. Yeah, it's actually from 2017 when the dude came out and said the wrong name.
Oh, who? John Travolta? Oh, you're talking about Moonlight when they announced the wrong Best Picture. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was funny.
It's hilarious. It's so funny, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Salute to Will.
I mean.
He smacked the hell out of him.
He sure did. So we're recording on a Monday morning. Oh, maybe I shouldn't say that. We're on our lunch hour.
We're recording on a lunch break.
We're recording on our lunch break. Listeners, we are still friends.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, man. We were talking about this at the gym the other day. I'm like, yeah, we got to record again. People might think we're not talking to each other.
I know.
But since that podcast, look at all the crap that, like, I don't want to say nobody was talking about it, but I didn't feel like now she done won some races, and our governor had the time, even with our poor economy,
right?
With all this stuff going on in Florida, he had the time to write a declaration to say, no, she's not the real winner. Because that's why, I mean, come on, guy. Like, that's why we voted for him, right? To declare the real winner in NCAA sports.
Isn't he something else?
He is terrible.
He is awful. And he's going to run for president.
Is he? You think so?
I feel very strongly.
He'll get it, too. Florida's a big delegate count, so.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
He's awful.
We'll see. He's terrible.
He's
I think.
So bad.
I mean, the Republican Party, it looks like, are like the DeSantis Trump supporters, and then the more reasonable people that are looking at what's her name?
Liz Cheney. You think she's gonna run for president?
I think she's gonna run for president.
Good luck. We need somebody to primary Biden.
Yeah, I know. This isn't working out as I had hoped.
No,
I would still take him over President Trump any day of the week.
Yes, but I mean, we knew when he got in.
Right. I still had hopes he was just going to ram some stuff through. Just handle some business.
No, because he's like Obama. Yes, there's still good left in people. No, there's not.
Mm-mm.
There is not any good left in anyone.
Yeah.
These people are idiots.
But that is such an interesting thing to talk about for a second, because it really does seem like there's no good left in anyone.
Listen, I was talking to a young lady. She had a F Biden shirt, and it was a funny shirt. And I laughed at it, and she was walking in the Publix, and we talked politics for a second. I was doing a fundraiser out there. And I said to him, you know, you got to ask yourself, when did that all start? Because I don't recall people so mad at the first George Bush that they were, you know, not compromising on bills.
Right.
W, the same way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't recall people so mad at Clinton that we didn't get stuff done. Obama, the same way. First term, at least.
Mm-hmm.
Then, so when did it start? So some people will tell you, oh, it started when we got a black president. That's what some people will tell you.
Right.
It's just nothing is getting done.
Nothing is getting done.
So if that's the
Apparently
case,
the only thing that's getting done is Joe Biden has raised the gas prices.
Yes, because everyone knows how those things work.
Right. Like as if gas isn't incredibly expensive all over the world while gas companies are making money hand over fist. It's Joe Biden's fault.
The killer thing is, like, when you look at their profits, gas companies, like, yo, you got to make $50 billion. You can't just make 30.
Right.
Like, why you can't? I can't pay.
Isn't this anchor just a little bit misdirected?
Can I just pay $1.80 for gas and you make $30 billion?
Right.
No one talks about that, but yes, the gas prices are his fault. You know, so a Republican will make the gas prices better.
Right. It's all because we stopped drilling. We closed the pipeline. That was responsible for what, less than 2% of our consumption.
There's just so many people just don't do research. Just use your Googles, man. like this stuff you're saying doesn't make sense.
Right.
Like none of it makes sense. Oh my goodness.
If we were interested though in things that were factual and things that made sense, the pandemic would be a totally different. You know, it was interesting being in North Carolina where they actually experienced the pandemic.
Oh yeah, right.
You know, stuff was still closed there. They had just lifted the mask mandate days before we arrived.
Like if you watch the NCAA tournament, the St. Peter's coach is masked up on the sideline because he's in New Jersey.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, COVID is, you know, there's not many people I know who haven't had it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's been bad.
I mean, I will say that I was terrified of the first strain when we were all at home.
Yeah, that was,
And you saw those images of Italy, and And
then they got on CNN and it was like, yo, if you fat and black, you might die. I was like, oh, shit. I'm fat and black. I might die.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Yeah, I mean, that was a scary thing. It was a time we didn't know too much. I mean, this strain, you know, hasn't been as bad, partly because people have been vaccinated and partly because people are taking better care of their health, too. Like, so, you know, there's some people that I know that aren't vaccinated, but now they're taking their vitamins every day and they're taking this and that and the other. And I'm boosting my immune system, so that works, too.
Yeah. Yeah. It all works,
that
and you know.
That works, too.
Meanwhile, we're just at home being nasty to people online and
hey, listen, man.
Being scientific experts, even though we gave zero shits about science in high school, barely passed biology with a D.
Apparently, we don't need science anymore.
No.
Because it doesn't exist. You know, it's funny. You talk about being nasty people online. And after Will Smith smacked Chris Rock, one of these rappers that I follow on Twitter, Mad Skills, he was a rapper, but he wrote a lot of raps for other people. Like he was a ghostwriter. He said, you know, that's what we need more of. People getting smacked for the stuff they say, being held accountable. And that's why I always tell kids, like, the way you guys talk online to each other, even to each other, like when I'm coaching a basketball practice, like, you would have got smacked.
Seriously.
Like I had a kid ask me, we were on a trip, high school basketball trip, and he said, Coach, what would you have done if somebody told you to shut the fuck up? And I was like, none of my friends would have ever said that. Like, the only one who could really say that is my wife and get away with it. It's the only one.
Yeah.
She's the only one on earth.
But it wouldn't occur to us to speak to each other like that.
That's what I'm saying, man. Because you know there's consequences to that.
Yeah.
Like, hey, man, if I tell this grown man, shut the fuck up, he's going to smack me.
yesterday, Joe and Joseph and I were talking about the fight during our girls' game last summer.
Yeah.
And when that guy was walking, like parting the crowd, walking through looking for you, and I stepped in front of him.
Yeah, that could have been bad.
That could have been bad.
Yeah, you probably should have let him through.
But they finally acquiesced to what I said all along.
What was that?
That if he made it to you, it would have been a brawl.
Yeah,
if
but
he
what
would come to you with what I stood in front of, because I knew he wasn't going to touch me.
You didn't know that. You hoped. You made a calculated gamble that he wouldn't, because you don't know. You don't know that.
I mean, you never know for sure, but
what if he would have pushed you and knocked you down?
Also, a riot would have ensued.
Yes, it would have been worse.
Also, a riot would have ensued.
Yeah, I mean, that guy.
But I could just see him.
He was fired up.
Yeah. Getting to you with Joseph and Victor and Joe all standing around you. I saw nothing but bad things.
He might have backed down once he saw those guys.
Maybe.
He probably would have thought. Yeah, he was fired up. He apologized to me that day.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was fired up, but don't be fired up at me. Talk to your coach. But yeah, I mean, those situations can be combustible. Mm-hmm. So salute to Chris Rock. Because I would have tackled Will Smith's ass.
Yeah.
We would have been scrapping. I'm sorry.
It's hard for me to say salute to Chris Rock though, because I really just don't care for him.
Why? I like it.
I just don't. I mean,
I like Chris Rock. I like him. Making fun of people as a comedian that's what they do.
But he's not the one that I find funny.
Like, no, I have no taste for the man.
Nope, none.
Yeah, I've always liked him. I mean, I still like him. I laugh at him though, because he got smacked.
He did, and he said it too. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
I was like, wow.
Did they even have time to bleep that the first time it aired?
I think they bleeped it. I don't know.
They just left him out there. Like anybody else gets the music if they go on too long, and they cut to whatever. But he just got left.
When I finally saw the video, it was from Australia and Japan, so I don't know what they did here. I wasn't watching the Oscars.
Yeah.
So like it came across my Twitter feed.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what? And I knew at that point. I thought, okay, it was a joke. Mm-hmm. But the first video I saw was him in the audience.
Yeah.
Saying, leave my wife's name. I was like, okay, no, this is real.
Yeah.
Because I could see it.
And that second time, you heard that quiver in his voice. He was going to stand right back up.
Yes, I know what you're saying. That I'm mad. Yes, mm-hmm. I know exactly what you mean. Like that I'm mad. Like he was having trouble.
Yep.
Like the madness, when you get so angry you could cry, mm-hmm. It was that kind of mad. Yeah. And people were saying, oh, well, he laughed at the joke at first. I said, I think that's a nervous laugh.
For sure. And I think that's okay, too. Like, a lot of people have said a lot of things about the Smiths.
Right.
Like, it's not the first or last joke that ever has or will be, and yeah, you can roll with the punches and you can take it. But then he realized his wife was hurt.
Right. I think you hit on a good point there. Like, I'm not sure that smack was just for that joke.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's why he was crying when he started talking about, the incident and when he got his Oscar, because I think people have talked about his son. Mm-hmm. They've talked about his daughter. Mm-hmm. They've talked about his marriage, mm-hmm. rumors that they're open marriage, all this kind of stuff, that she's had an affair, and maybe she did. We don't know the details. People make them up. And I think he just had enough, man. You can just snap sometimes. Poor Chris Rock. He guys.
But that's, even what I said in our group chat when we talked about it a little, I can have grace for somebody having a really bad moment.
And I think ultimately Chris Rock will,
mm-hmm.
After he makes a comedy special about it.
Right.
I cannot wait for those jokes.
I know.
I'm like, man, he's going to kill Will Smith the next comedy special. Mm-hmm. And he got to eat that, because you can't go around smacking people in public.
Right.
Because he could have made a whole bunch of jokes. Worse than that.
He could have made a joke right then.
Yeah.
He could have done it right then.
Yeah, he could have made a lot of jokes.
Like, I think that's what he started to do, and he was kind of like...
He was like, I could. No, never mind.
I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure he's quick.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm sure in his mind, so you smack me, but August Alsina's running around.
Right.
Man.
Huh. Yeah. Yeah, it was right there on the tip of his tongue.
It was. You could tell. Mm-hmm. But don't worry. Save it for Netflix.
That's right. That's right. Maybe that one I'll watch. Oh,
my goodness.
But the memes are great. So we've been watching a lot of the tournament.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Go Heels.
Go Heels.
Yeah. Unexpected Final Four run. For sure.
I had them losing first.
Oh, nah. I thought they were. So I'm a fan of teams, right? But I'm never. It's kind of like how I coach, right? Like I have realistic expectations. Mm-hmm. And I thought their ceiling was the Sweet 16.
Yeah.
And I thought their floor, like you, was the first round. Mm-hmm. But as they got later in the season and they started playing well, I thought they would make the Sweet 16, even beating a number 1 seed. Mm-hmm. And when they got put in Baylor's region, like if I don't fill out brackets because I like to enjoy the games. Mm-hmm. Like I don't want to root for my bracket. Like I can't, if I fill out a bracket, I can't enjoy St. Peter's winning.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it ruins my bracket.
Yeah.
But if I filled out one, I would have had them beating Baylor because Baylor was injured and they hadn't played well. I would not have thought they would beat UCLA. Mm-hmm. That was the game I thought they would lose, actually. And then I thought for sure Purdue would beat St. Peter's.
Yeah.
Purdue.
I did not think St. Peter's was going to make it as far as they did.
Yeah, Purdue was the best team I had seen.
Yeah.
They lost. Now Duke is the best team I'm seeing, which is not good for next weekend.
In our house, we refer to that school as puke.
Carolina fans call it Duke, but it's D-O-O-K.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, you know.
Exactly.
You live there, so.
Yeah, so we'll see. I was very pleased with Michigan's performance.
Yeah, they played well, man. They're young. Mm-hmm. We'll see who stays and who goes. Mm-hmm. He always recruits well too. So, yeah, I mean, it's funny because both Michigan and Carolina were in recent weeks on the bubble.
On the bubble.
And then like Carolina's in the Final Four, and Michigan made the Sweet 16, beating another team that was playing well.
I mean, I had Tennessee going all the way.
Yeah, Tennessee was playing well.
Yeah, I think I had a Duke-Tennessee final.
Yeah, tournaments are matchups. Mm-hmm. That's what you find, like, even in coaching, like, there's teams that always give you problems. Mm-hmm. Like, even in the rec league, there's a team that gives us problems sometimes, and they can rise up and beat you, even on a given day. And so Michigan was a bad matchup for Tennessee. Yep. They struggle a little bit with power inside. They struggle a little bit in ball screens. So, but yeah, I mean,
Your first week is the best week of the whole year.
So great.
It's so great. Gio filled out brackets with us for the first time, and he had Illinois going to the final.
Oh man, that's a shame.
Yeah, well, you know.
Most people's bracket, it's funny. I think most people's brackets along the way are messed up, but I'm sure there's someone who has this Final Four because it's 2 twos or 1 in Carolina. Yeah, like you know what I mean. Like it ended up okay. I mean, we're gonna get a Duke Carolina Final Four game, which I know the hype is gonna be unreal. I'm not watching any sports shows.
No, you're not.
No, okay, because I was telling a friend yesterday on Facebook. So people are going to try to say, okay, if Duke beats Carolina, it's the best win in the rivalry. It will never be better than beating Coach K on his home floor in his last game at Cameron. It's not going to be better than that.
It's never going to be better than that. It's going now, Duke fans will want you to think that it's going to be better.
Like, it's going to, and that's what the rivalry is good for, right? Like, that's why the rivalry continues. So if they win next week, they can say, well, we beat y'all in the Final Four. And a Carolina fan will say, well,
we beat you in your own house.
The last game he ever played.
We walked across the stage and smacked you right in the face.
The last game he ever coached at Cameron Indoor was a defeat with every Duke person there. They had Grant Hill was there, Leitner was, all these people were there. Yeah. And they got beat. So, I do not, I'm a realist. Like, I hope Carolina wins next week. I don't expect it. Duke is playing very well. Yeah. Like, I don't expect them to beat them twice in a row. Right.
When Carolina beat Duke, Joseph said that the moment was just too big for those players, for those Duke players. That last home game.
A lot of people, my best friend said that too. But me, I think if the moment was too big, they wouldn't have been up at halftime. You know what I'm saying? If the moment was too big, they wouldn't have been up in the second half. I think what was too big for them was guarding the middle ball screen. Like, boom. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like they couldn't guard a middle ball screen, and I think Coach K now has admitted that because the last 2 games they played, they've had to go zone against 2 bad offensive teams.
So we have listeners in North Carolina, and I think debating Duke, Carolina, like revealing myself as a Tar Heel, it could be just as divisive as revealing myself as being anti-Trump. So. Yeah.
Hey, man.
There are people in their cars right now going, Sue, come on.
Sorry, man. I've been a Carolina fan for 38 years. Ever since my cousin went there. I will not reveal who he is. But he went there, and I got to see a lot of basketball games. And when he graduated, and he went to the NBA, I just stayed a fan. Yep. And thank God, because I'm also a Knicks fan, and they haven't won in 50 years. Yeah. And I'm also a Titans fan, who they've never won a Super Bowl. I'm a Mets fan. They haven't won since '86. So if not for the Tar Heels, I would not have joy.
So that's been fun. Yep, it's been we've been super jam packed since we last sat at these mics.
Yeah, that's another thing. Super busy.
Yeah, and
I think both you and I have been busy at work, and basketball keeps me super busy. My wife says I have 4 jobs, so.
Yeah, even right now, my basketball life is down to 2 evenings a week, but it doesn't account for how much I think about it. To get ready for it, make plans for it.
Yeah, we're gearing back up. Gearing back up.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, it's exciting. Year 2 of Flagler United.
Year 2. Fundraising was going well.
Yeah, it's going really well. Fundraising is going really well.
And I think...
we got one this week. I got you. Okay. Gotta edit that. I got your table in my car still.
Oh. Right, okay.
It would be nice if I give it back.
I mean, I don't need it till our next fundraiser, but... So do we want to just wrap up and put a bow on our last episode?
So, I mean, I just don't know what to do with that. And I think if you listen to the episode, it comes across. Like, I want people to live their authentic life. You know what I mean? I got a daughter that does that now. Like, Tiara does that now. So, but I don't know how I can understand people being upset, right? Like because this person was not a great swimmer before when he lived another life, right? Like he was not a great swimmer and now killing people. I can understand how people can be upset about that, but she's not breaking any rules.
She's not breaking any rules.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's where it's like, what do you do?
Right. And statistics can tell you whatever you want them to tell you.
Yeah.
But I looked at, like the time that she lost between how she swam these events when she swam in the men's division versus, swimming now. And that, she doesn't hold all the records for everything.
Yeah, I mean, I guess in this situation, like your vitriol probably should not be aimed at the athlete, right? Like, so
correct.
Like, you gotta charge it to the game. Like, you want rules changed, and talk to those people.
Right.
I'm just doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And if you feel you got a problem with that, then hey man, do what you need to do.
And here's a curveball. I think that if the athlete in question that we're talking about right now, Leah, was more likable or more beautiful, she would be received differently. But many accounts have her not being a very nice person. And whether it's a defense mechanism based on behavior, I'm sure she gets as much as she gives.
But it probably doesn't help.
Yeah,
it probably doesn't help her in her quest. But yeah, I feel like it's unfair to blame her.
Right. Making it about her is
right instead of what we should do about it. That's a tough thing, man. It's such a tough thing. It's funny because people mention that shit while we're fundraising.
I'm so glad you brought that up.
Amazing, man.
Yes, because, we had, we're one of the fundraisers that we're doing for Flagler United is we stand in front of public stores with our signs and our players in their Flagler United gear. And we ask people if they'd like to make a donation. We panhandle.
Yeah, I mean, hey, man, it is what it is.
It is what it is, and it's raised several $1,000s
for real
for our organization. We've had 4 days or 6 days.
We've now had 6 days.
6 days.
Yeah,
and we've had 2 more coming.
Yeah, we've probably raised $7,000.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But also, it was an open invitation for people to say things to our young people.
Oh.
And that's a problem I have. Like, say whatever you want to me. But there was a moment where I think had gone to the car to count the money.
I missed it, yeah.
Something. And a woman zeroed in right on my daughter to basically tell her that she should have a problem with transgender athletes, something about, I'm sure you want to make sure that you're only playing with other girls and not boys dressed up as girls, as if that's what being transgender is anyway.
That is cross-dressing.
Right.
That is not transgender.
Totally different topic for a totally different episode.
Like, what?
Yeah.
I'm so glad. I often say God looks out for me in those situations. I'm so glad I was not there.
Yeah. And it happened twice. And the first one, I was stunned. And I didn't really know what to say. Quite like Chris Rock for a minute yesterday. I was like, wow. Wow. I said, we're just out here raising funds. Like, please don't make political comments to the kids.
Yeah, right.
And then the second lady was about to give us her crumpled, sweaty $1 bill and said something to the effect. And I said, we're not here to discuss that topic. We're here raising money, for our organization. And she took her sweaty $1 bill and she glared at me and put it right back in her wallet and said, thanks for being a Democrat.
So, I mean, yeah, fundraising is a great time. I enjoy it, but I laugh at some people, like people like that who want to make political. Like, listen, I'm here as a basketball coach and a father and a mentor, not just as a candidate for government.
Yep, giving my time.
Like, I like the people who come over and they say, "Do you win a lot of games?" Like, so you ain't gonna contribute if we lost a couple? Like,
I don't know, like what? Well, the girls got better.
Hey, we got a second place trophy.
That's right. How many teams played? 2.
We're not discussing that.
But we have 20, how many girls now? So.
Yeah. We got a total on the teams now. I think there's 23, right? Yeah.
So it's just an interesting way to experience humanity, standing out in front of Publix with
it
a bucket.
is. It really is. You get all kinds of people. You get good people, like the guy who gave my son $100.
Yeah.
And you get people who talk about transgender issues with teenagers and middle schoolers.
Yeah.
And you get creeps.
And you get total
Can we
creeps.
talk about that?
Yes.
So listen, America and all the other countries, probably not Russia though.
Probably not Russia.
But so we stand out there, and I think we got the formula down pretty much now based on our last weekend. Like, if you get the young kids, 10 and under, and you get the girls. People like the girls for different reasons. So some people, most women who come in there, like the girls because they don't see women's sports being supported enough. So we got a sign that's just for the girls. Is it co-ed? No, we don't. It's not co-ed. We have actual girls teams, and people support that. And then you have these men.
Yep.
Who are creeps and creep on the girls who are fundraising.
Yep.
Now, listen, I mean, I don't want to tell you how to live your life, but that shit ain't flying when I'm in the front. And we had an old man come the very first weekend. It's freezing cold. He comes out. And Sue's daughter's out there, Carolyn. She's in her jeans. If you have a teenager in this America, There are no baggy jeans for girls.
That's right.
You can't find them.
Right.
They don't exist.
They're painted on, basically.
They don't exist anymore. They just don't. That's what it is.
They're denim leggings.
So he comes over. He's like, oh, yeah, I got my son fundraising and her. Well, I'm going to give to her because she's cuter and blah, blah, blah. And I had to finally say to him, she's a little too young for you, sir, isn't she? Mm-hmm. And he was like, oh, well, I'm not. Man,
it's
listen.
a compliment.
Yeah,
I'm just complimenting her.
Nah, she don't need that from your 63-year-old ass.
That's right.
She's not looking for that. Mm-mm. She's looking for a donation.
Right.
So, yeah, man. Statutory rape is real, y'all. Mm-hmm. Sheesh.
Yep.
Man, we need my man. What's his name? Chris Hansen. We need him back.
Oh my gosh.
I used to love those.
Yep.
Those are my favorite Daylines.
To Catch a Predator.
Oh man, you know what I used to love? I used to love when they were like, "Oh, I'm not here for that," and he'd pull out the manuscript. Well, you said you would like to.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
what we've been doing.
That's what we've been doing.
Yeah, but I told Sue and Joe, I told you and your husband, we probably need to record. They probably don't realize I see you every week.
Right. Because we ended with the record scratch.
Yeah. Hey, right, like, damn, they probably think we're mad at each other.
Yeah.
We were not mad at each other. Actually, we talked about it right after the show.
Right. Yeah, we went home happy. Like we worked it out right then. It didn't linger.
Yeah, sure did.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and then we're getting into summer again, and
oh yeah.
So it's a totally different kind of busy. Like my work goes into full swing.
Yeah, you get busy, man. See, I'm lucky. I'm busy, but I work from home, and so like I can work it out.
Right.
But basketball. Let's see. So today, 3 practices. Tomorrow, I got 2 workouts at the high school, then practice with the rec league. Then Wednesday, 3 more practices. Then Thursday, 2 practices. And
it's funny when a 2 practice day is like your easy day.
Yeah. Then Friday, rest. And then Saturday, I coach 3 games at the rec league. Mm-hmm. And I have to be at the fundraiser. I'll be running back and forth.
Is that this weekend?
Is it April 1st? Yeah, April 1st weekend.
It is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got to text people.
Okay, I'll do that. So, Joe goes into his high season, though. His has been ramping up already. People move when the weather's nice. But what we don't have going on right now yet is a plan for vacation.
So, yeah, we were going to go away again, and, the prices was too damn high, basically. Mm-hmm. Plus, we had some people who may not be able to get away, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, my wife, Ebony, did this I don't know, birthday dinner. I don't know what kind of dinner it was at this Orlando resort. And she was talking about that, but that was expensive too. And then you got the Destin thing. I think that could work. We just gotta now book it. Look into it and book it now. Mm-hmm. So yeah,
that could be a fun atmosphere for the young people.
Yeah, man, it'll be fun.
Yeah,
but I didn't know they had all inclusives in Destin.
I mean, according to that link, it's just what I Googled.
Yeah, we gotta call them.
Yeah,
I'll call them and see what's up.
Okay, because that's the only way I want to go anymore is all inclusive.
I know. Once you experience it, it's tough. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Like you plan another thing. You're like, oh, well, then we gotta eat,
right?
And we gotta drink. now this trip is $9,000.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So we'll lock that in. I know the weeks that Eb is off now. She told me yesterday she got 2 weeks off. One of the weekends is the tournament weekend, but I think one of them is not.
Okay.
So, yeah, maybe we can go down that Monday and stay through that Sunday. And yeah, I think it'll work out.
I'm ready. I'm ready to have it on the books.
Yeah, me too.
I'm ready to have it on the books.
Because unfortunately, I no longer have a tax return, so I got to pay for this damn thing. I used to finance my vacations with a tax return, but that's no longer the case.
I know. Ours have shifted too.
And that has nothing to do with Biden, does it?
No. But yeah, I got surprised by the child tax credit changing at 17.
Yeah.
So when I did my taxes that year, I was like, shit.
Yeah, see, we used to have the child tax credit. We used to have the child care credit.
Mm-hmm.
We used to put Anthony after school. We used to be living large.
Wow. Yeah, we never had that one.
Then he became a teenager, and he didn't need nobody to look after him no more.
Except for
the
us.
The government said, fuck you.
Yeah. But on our rides home, I inadvertently started the trend of taking him out to eat.
Oh, man, yeah. Eb takes him out in the morning. See, I don't do that. She takes him to Dunkin' Donuts in the morning.
Yeah, I don't do that either.
Mm-mm.
I don't need that to get to my daughter.
Mm-mm. I'm surprised it hasn't yet. I'm surprised.
It's hard to get her out the door in the morning. I mean, she gets up and gets herself ready and everything, but she's not. We're not leaving even 1 minute early.
Yeah, I hope that will change next year. I think she'll have a better time in high school. I think. Yeah.
She's definitely ready. She has outgrown middle school. I remember that happening with Joseph. I remember both of them very distinctly outgrowing elementary school.
Oh, yeah, that happened for me. Middle school, I don't know if I outgrew middle school. It was only, I don't know.
Yeah, 5th grade was tough for Joseph because middle school was 6th grade for him. And it was the perfect transition because they still they didn't let him out into the wild with the 7th and 8th graders just yet, you know. But yeah, Carolyn she's over middle school. Though she's living her best life right now at the beach every weekend.
I know. She told me she's going every weekend.
Mm-hmm. Yep, she is. She's there. She is already tan. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So like yesterday, like I got snap streaks with a couple of players, but her, Haley, and Anthony, or one of them, and I snapped them yesterday for I don't know, it was in the afternoon. They sent me one of them sitting on the pier. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh boy.
Yep. Yeah. But good for them.
Yeah, man.
It's a nice big group of kids.
You gotta live it up.
Yeah.
You gotta live it up, man.
Yeah.
Maybe
soon enough they'll be slaving away for the man.
Yeah, maybe my son will get to go when he acts right. Which he has not.
I'm rooting for you, Anthony.
Yeah, well.
So my big boys are getting ready to go on a spring break trip.
Oh, that's nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Joseph and Gio, and then one of their other friends who's coming home from college next week.
Nice.
They're going down to experience South Beach.
Oh, so listen, man. You've been there.
Yeah.
I told people, see, I'm from New York, so I don't know how people perceive Manhattan, right? Mm-hmm. Like when you live there, it's different. Mm-hmm. But I told people South Beach is the only place I've ever seen on TV, and then you get there, and it's just like that. Mm-hmm. There literally is a party on every block.
Yes. Every block.
I mean.
And they will see lots of boobs.
Oh, beautiful people, beautiful cars. Mm-hmm. It's literally like
Dominican women with cinnamon tans. This is the episode about Will Smith.
I love that song.
I do too. And I'm only a little nervous.
Oh, they'll be all right.
They'll be all right. I mean, we talked about certain things.
Yeah, I mean, they got it's gonna be hard for them to get alcohol on South Beach because people are concerned with stuff. Mm-hmm.
I don't want them smoking anybody else's marijuana.
Oh hell no! Because you don't know what it was in it. You driving down, just take it in your car with you.
Yep.
Not that I want people to smoke. Right. But if you're gonna do it the safest way. Yeah.
Just be smart.
They might run into a strip club down here though.
I mean, it's probably about time.
Yeah. Maybe,
I think that's a rite of passage.
Maybe I need to text Joseph. Hey man, I got this spot for you. Do not tell your mother.
Which reminds me, bring lots of condoms.
Yeah.
No spring break, babies.
Go to the drugstore. You know, you do not want to be paying for that the rest of your life.
No spring break diseases or babies.
Nah, they're gonna have fun though.
They are gonna have.
Yeah, they're gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
And they earn it. They work. They do what they need to do. You know what I mean? They're good kids.
Mm-hmm. They worked hard. Joseph is working hard right now. He made his first car payment, and he paid like $100 extra to the principal.
Look at him. Getting it done out here.
Yeah. And Gio had a computer crash. His laptop crashed.
Oh, man.
And he had the money in his savings account to go get it fixed.
Look at that.
Yep.
How about it?
Yep.
Fully functioning adults.
Well,
well, they're getting there.
They're getting there. They're getting there. The other day, I asked if I could take Joseph's car because I had let Gio take mine to work. And Joseph was a little sheepish, like, yeah, please, it might smell a little funny. So I get out, I get in the car, and I don't smell a thing because he left the back windows rolled down.
In the car?
Mm-hmm.
He lugged it in the rain. Yeah.
Yeah, so.
That's awesome.
So, I mean, yes, they're adults. I'm not sure I would certify them as fully functioning just yet.
Oh,
but
man.
we're getting there. We're getting there.
They probably don't have a choice, though. If they're going to smoke, they got to smoke in the car. Huh?
Well, we don't have the Buick anymore. They finally came and took it away. But that was their...
okay.
That was where they hung out. In the Buick.
Oh, man.
That I brought my babies home from the hospital in. Yes, that car.
Oh, my goodness. I never knew that.
Yeah, that car we brought Carolyn home from the hospital in. Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God.
So that's good. So, yes. So we're back. We are working on a new recording schedule.
Yeah.
Sundays right now are really the only day that I have with my husband.
Yeah, he's working hard.
He's working hard. It'll be a little bit before his days are back to back, and so his other day off is Tuesday right now. But
that's a shitty day.
It's kind of a shitty day, isn't it?
Jesus.
Yeah, and his job is quite like mine, where his phone will ring on his time off, and it's just part of the deal when you're at the top of the food chain, right? So it's all right, but it's also he's like me. He does not send anybody to voicemail. If somebody from work is calling me, I pick up. Mm-hmm. Like I remember a time when I was brand new there, sitting at the mic at the Carver calling a game.
Yes, I remember that.
And I would have to step outside occasionally. So, and Joe is that way. So we're maybe we can talk about some of this next week too. But we are talking a lot about self-care right now and doing things for him to help prevent the operator burnout that can be prevalent in this.
I think that is something we should talk about. I think a lot of people don't take the time for themselves.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And even sometimes some of the things that we do aren't necessarily the best things to do. Like, yes, we like to sit on the couch and binge watch a show on our Sunday together, but it wouldn't hurt us to get a little fresh air.
Yeah, to go for a walk or something.
Yeah. So that's what we're talking about here right now, because eventually that place is going to be totally his, and he'll be working on opening the new location closer to home, and we want him to be ready, not
sick of the shit.
Yeah. Not sick of the shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's where we're at. And in your house, you guys are working. I mean, Ebony's new business.
Oh man, yeah, my wife is killing it. She's got a personal chef business up and running. Mm-hmm. She's got events this week. She just told me she may have an event, I think next week, which is like she was talking about, the 7th or something like that. Mm-hmm. She did a wedding for some people we know here in town. Yep. They loved it. She did the FPC boys senior night. She did some Greek dinner. Mm-hmm. She's done all kinds of stuff, and she brings your daughter with her.
Yeah, my daughter is her assistant. I
guess.
Yeah,
man, they out there making money.
Yeah, it was fun to go to the Gap and get Carolyn a cute preppy little black and white outfit. She looked like she was like 25 when she walked out the door. And,
terrible.
And the dress pants and.
Yeah, I have not seen that.
Yeah,
I haven't been anywhere where I've seen it, so that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot, man, maybe we need spicy bites to cater something for Flagler United.
I'm sure that's exactly what we need.
Nah, will I get a discount? Is the question. I gotta be nice that week. Depends on how I act. Yep. If I'm nice, maybe. She's mad at me the night before I ask. We getting full freight.
That's right. Maybe we should make a commercial for her.
And put
it on the show.
Yeah, I'll ask about that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll ask about that tonight.
All right, so we're back.
We're back.
We're back.
Gonna try to keep it rolling now.
We're gonna keep it rolling. We're gonna keep it rolling through the summer. We're gonna get back in the Facebook group.
Oh yeah, man. We haven't been doing anything.
I mean, we have really taken our foot off the gas.
Yeah.
But I think we just had to get through a busy season of life.
Yeah, it was busy too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was inconveniently timed with that last episode, but it was super busy. It was.
Yeah.
It really was, because like right after that we had the districts, we had all that stuff going on. So
we did.
Yeah,
we did. We had to finish up that season of the league, and I was still coming back from surgery.
Oh right, yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, now we're up and running.
We're up and running. So come find us on Facebook at the Strongly Worded Pod group, on Instagram at the Strongly Worded Pod, on TikTok. Do we have a Strongly Worded TikTok? Yes, it's Strongly Worded, and on Twitter at the Strongly Worded P.
I'll never not laugh.
I know, I'll never not laugh at that. All right. Well, we talked about the slap heard around the world.
Man.
Yep.
Shout out to Chris Rock.
The Strongly Worded podcast is written and produced by Johnny Hampton and Sue O'Lear. Music production and vocals by Marshall Max LaMont Hamilton, and cover art by Samantha Shakes.